Hello, my friends. Jacob is here once again. Happy whatever day it is to you, Thursday, Friday. I know I'm taking this on Thursday. I was thinking this morning at the gym as I was looking at how, there are a lot of people that are starting off their new year early, which is great. And I was just thinking about how it doesn't take very long to see those numbers dwindle down to, like the same people that were there to begin with. So now what's the problem? Why do so many people start the new year off right and fall off the bandwagon? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's show. But we're not going to just talk about that. You see, every day should be a new day, a new resolution, if you will. Like my children this morning, they said, Dad, what's your resolution this year? And I said, I don't know. I mean, every day I wake up, I want it to be the best day ever. I'm constantly looking to improve myself. I want to feel better. I want to think better, and I want to better improve the world around me. But you see, there is something to this New Year's resolution thing. There is something to it, and that's what we're going to talk about. And these little simple things that I'm going to teach you on today's show. I'm going to also give you some diet tips, some really quick, easy ways to lose weight just by replacing certain things in the house. You'd be surprised at how quickly the pounds can come off if you're trying to lose weight without really changing much. I'm going to talk to you about a lot of the fallacies too out there. The main thing that we're talking about in today's show, the main reason why you should stick around and share this video around and subscribe and do all that stuff is the advice I'm going to give you. It's an insight that I got many, many years ago, and it had something to do with this idea of, this year I'm going to be this year I'm going to change that. And it turned into a philosophy that has not only improved my life spiritually and emotionally and physically, but has brought me to a level that I never even thought possible. So buckle up, people, because it's New Year's resolution time. So I sent out a tweet yesterday. I'm starting to try to tweet. I'm not big into the whole Twitter thing. I'm not I've explained that. If you want to tweet with me or whatever you do, I usually will keep it in the link below. But it had to do with how you identify yourself. And I had written that if you identify yourself in a low state, then you most certainly will sink down to it. But if you identify yourself as blessed, I use the word blessed because I really wanted to say if you identify yourself in a greater estate, meaning if you see yourself and you imagine yourself feeling better, looking better, living better, if you see yourself carrying out the desires that you've had in your entire life and finally getting that breakthrough and that miracle that you've been waiting for, if you see yourself that way and you continue to identify with that as you are the person, not as in how do I get there, but that's who I'm going to be. That's who I am already in my mind, in my imagination, which, by the way, is the creative power of God. Neville Goddard, great guy. If you check out his book, The Power of Awakening, great book if you ever get a chance to read it. He would call the imagination of man the Christ, God's Spirit, the creative force. And I got to tell you, there's something to this because in the scriptures it talks about how a man shall reap what he has sown. And if you understand that what you put out into the world really stems from within you, how you identify yourself, how you see yourself, and how you believe others to be, what you're doing, in fact, is creating that reality. And I know a lot of you that have been watching me for a while, I get a lot of emails and I get a lot of comments about how, that they feel like they've changed. And, I've entered a new time in my life. Jacob, I'm praying that prayer. Teach me the truth no matter what the cost. And all of a sudden, life is getting interesting. And I'm making it to that point that I never thought I'd make before. And I'm doing the things that I never thought was possible before. And I'm feeling like anything is possible. And now I have faith. And they don't tell me what they have faith in. And I don't really worry about it too much because my job is not to do that. My job is to give you some tools for free, things that worked for me. And in the process, you tell others about it, and then the channel grows. And then, hopefully soon I can do this on a regular basis and give you more than maybe 1 or 2 shows a week. And that's, if there was a resolution, that's my resolution this year. And I have to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this, because I feel like this is a journey that we're all on. You know, it's like we're all awakening and we're all coming to a different understanding. It saddens me to see so many people are suffering in their relationships and health, and in their health, and people that are still very young in their life, in their 30s and 40s and 50s, and still relatively young if you can live that life, you know. But there are people that are in their 30s that, you know, feel like they're 60, and there are people that just aren't happy with how they look. So every year they decide, this is the year I'm going to do it. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to do these things. And there are things that stop you, and I'm going to give you some tools on how to overcome that. Okay, the main reason why people don't hang with their resolution, the main reason why people don't go to the gym and continue to go to the gym, if you will. A lot of people will buy memberships, they'll go for a couple of weeks, but really, some of them don't even make it a couple of weeks. Some of them make it a couple of days. And, you know, they haven't done it in so long, so they really don't know how to really do it, you know. So here's the first thing you should do if you're really thinking about going in a direction of health and fitness, and you want to have that body that you never thought was possible, and even people that think, oh, I'm way beyond the scale of any kind of change. My goodness, you are wrong. Don't listen to that lie. It is amazing what you can do in a very short period of time just by taking the right steps to get you there. But you have to identify yourself there already. That's step number one. You have to see yourself the way you want yourself to be for the new year. You have to see your wife. You have to see your husband. You have to see your partner. You have to see your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You have to see your mate the way you want them to be. You have to, because if you judge them to be something they're not, and you judge them to be worse than they really are, that's what you get. That's why the scriptures say, judge not lest ye shall be judged. In other words, if you think someone's a jerk, they're going to be a jerk. Because that imagination, like Neville Goddard says, right? That Christ in you, that creative force, it creates what you want it to create. Problem is, this world, this trap, has conditioned you to stay trapped here. And the way they stay trapped here is by living a life of fear. That's it. Fear keeps you from growing. Fear is the one thing that is standing in the way of you having that resolution that lasts. You have to get over your fear of what people think of you. If you're going to go to the gym for the first time, my advice to you, go on YouTube, get a simple workout, okay? Maybe I'll do something. Maybe I'll do a couple of introductory videos, and I'll just kind of throw them over for some people, because you don't have to do much. We're talking baby steps here. Little teeny things that you just start to do. You don't even have to go to the gym to do this. You can do this at your house. The power of imagination is what creates. If you can start to see yourself where you're going to be, you will be. Close your eyes and picture yourself. Don't try to go about how you're going to make it happen. Have faith, because I'm telling you, it's worked in my life. Look, I lost 45 pounds just because I decided at that moment, I said, I'm not going to live this way anymore. When I was diagnosed with AS, I was in constant pain. I was way, way too heavy. I was about 245 pounds. And you know, there were a lot of things that I was doing that I didn't know I was doing wrong. And I was always very active, and I always went to the gym, but I mean, I was in so much pain all the time that it was slowing me down. And then when I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, because I already have Crohn's disease, I have these autoimmune disorders, right? Well, I've used them to catapult me into being the man that I am now. If you ever saw me at the gym, look, I'm in a lot of pain right now as I'm talking to you. Today's been one of those days, but you know what? I still went to the gym today. Because that's how I see myself. I don't see myself as someone who can't play with my 6-year-old and lift him over his head. Now, I know that people have certain conditions that can prohibit them from doing that. But let me tell you something. The man that's paralyzed and told that he can never walk again, the man that sees himself walking again, starts to wiggle that little finger. How many times have the doctors been proved wrong? You can do more than you have ever dreamed. Problem is, people start the resolution the way they see it on TV. I'm going to start this year, and then you make plans to do it, but then you get there and you don't feel that comfortable. Then you push yourself a little too hard, and what happens is you don't want to go back because you're uncomfortable, you're in pain. That's why you have to take it slowly, baby steps. Certain little things that you can do, you can change little things, your diet, okay? Now, a lot of people say it's very hard, oh, Jacob, someone might say, Jacob, it's hard to eat right. It's hard. The reason why I am where I am physically right now is because I consciously decide to eat things that are good for me. And today I'm gonna try to get you into the kitchen, and I'm gonna show you how I, once a week, prepare. I meal prep for the week. I have a couple of Tupperwares, and I lay them out. And today I'm doing grilled chicken. My wife has these sweet potatoes that she likes to bake once a week. We have these sweet potatoes because they're so delicious and so good for you. And I saute spinach. Total time for cooking this, maybe 10 minutes. Little changes to your diet are so important. I love peanut butter. I'm gonna give you an example. I love peanut butter. I love peanut butter and jelly. One of my favorite things to eat is chocolate chip waffles with peanut butter and jelly. Okay, it's one of my. So how do I change that? How do I still enjoy the thing that I enjoy, but do it in a healthier way? Well, they have gluten-free waffles now. If you know anything about gluten, and anybody who has the problem today is everybody has such inflammation. Inflammation is the cause of a lot of pain, especially when I have this autoimmune disease, this inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease. So what did I do, right? Well, I was doing everything wrong. I was drinking the milk, which is, if you know anything about how bad milk is, and I mean what they do to these cows, they call them rape racks. It's terrible. They keep these cows constantly pregnant and filled with antibiotics and steroids and everything else, and they're so inflamed, and then boom, that's what we're drinking, and we're putting this. And meanwhile, we're not cows to begin with. Now, I love milk, and there are some children in my house that Shiloh, she loves milk, and Noah loves milk, but everybody else has an issue with it. So what I did was, just a couple of years ago, I changed from milk to almond milk. The calorie change alone in that, I went from like 190 calories, and that was like a skim milk, okay, to 30 calories or 60 calories, but without all the inflammation. Little changes. And I drink so much milk, right? You change that, all of a sudden, look at all these calories that you're shedding away. Now, my peanut butter, I was telling you about my peanut butter, right? There's this stuff, it's called PB Fit. It's awesome. You pull out anything of peanut butter, and you're looking at 2 tablespoons worth, 195 to 225 calories for some of these peanut butters, right? PB Fit, it's 30 to 50, 2 tablespoons. Look at the difference. And I'm gonna tell you something, to me it tastes better. Some people say it doesn't. Tastes better to me. I like the way it tastes. Look, I'm not saying you have to change your diet completely if you want this new year to be a fitter one. But if you make these little single changes, these little teeny changes, and then you do simple things like even, walk up the stairs twice as opposed to once. Just add these little things to your day. What a difference it makes. There is a lot of power surrounding this January 1st, this new year. There are a lot of people that are focusing their attention on change. The problem is a lot of these people, a majority of these people, don't realize the only way to get there is to see yourself there already. With faith, all things are possible. If you believe yourself to be in the right frame of mind, you'll be in the right frame of mind. If you focus on good thoughts, your thoughts will get better. Your thoughts are everything, people. You got to start picturing your life the way you want it to be. Take some time, close your eyes. Simply close your eyes and envision yourself there. I envisioned myself where I was going to be. When I work out at the gym, I envision myself. You know, when I do my if I'm doing, say, chest, I envision, you know, how my muscles are going to look and everything else. And I also, at the exact same time, I exhale all of the pain because it's very painful. Another thing that you gotta remember if you're starting out this year, you need to stretch. Just stretching alone, I would say before you even go to the gym, just stretch. That alone is going to help you out. You have no idea. You know, our bodies are designed to be used in miraculous ways, and unfortunately, we're all being, you know, crowded down to just this. We're going to be hunched over, just doing this all the time, and that's not who we are, people. We're more than conquerors. We are whatever we believe ourselves to be. I've said in other videos, the name of God, I am that I am, literally means I will be whatever I will be. And if God is all there is, then we are 100% already connected to it, because it says in the scriptures that we're in God and God is in man, that I'm in the Father and the Father's in me. We're all together. And if together and united, then anything that you believe within can come without. Jesus said in the book of Matthew, he says, I'm going to give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever is bound on earth is going to be bound in heaven. Whatever is loosed on the earth is going to be loosed in heaven. Whatever you think in here, whatever you think that you can do, whatever is loosed is it's going to happen. But whatever you think you can't do, whatever is bound within you is going to be bound in the world as well. You got to picture yourself there, people. And you have to walk into it like a champ, not worried about what other people think. Those are lies. Those voices in your head. You know, I don't look good. I don't feel good. Oh, they're looking at me. Stop it. You pictured yourself where you want to be, and you're going to get there. Start meal prepping. Look, you're going to save money. And I know, listen, the food it's not going to always be delicious, but I'll show you a simple little recipe that you can do. It'll cost you less than maybe $20, and you'll probably have like 4 meals out of it. Man, it's going to be good. I'll tell you what, why don't you come on over to the kitchen? Let's get this thing going. All right, so right here, let's see. I don't know how all of a sudden I'm like Mario Batali, but okay, so here's the deal, right? So chicken, that's the first thing we start with. How much does this cost? This was $7, okay? So we got that. Got some little dole spinach, and dollar store, Dollar General, whatever you want to call them, okay? They come like 4 to a pack. This is your meal prep stuff. So you turn on the stove. Okay, I got that sucker going. Here, check it out. Stove. Okay, that's one of those nice little pans. And let me put you over here. Pan. Awesome stuff, all right? Like no calories. I think it's like 0 calories, okay? I know some people are going to say, oh, you know, it's not that great for you, Jacob, but it is. And I also use this ranch dressing, okay? It's hidden value, all right? Yeah, it's probably bad, but whatever. It was cheap. It was at the dollar store. So you're going to cut open the chicken. Okay? I use my hands. They're already clean. Throw them down. 1. Throw them down. Now these are thinly sliced, people, because I don't have a lot of time. You know, I got 4 children. Thinly sliced. So that means they cook fast. And that's what you want. You don't want to be spending hours to make your meal. Okay. Then, I'll put this over here so that you can actually see all this. Then, I add a ton of the seasoning. Usually I would have the fan going, but, you know, we want to have good sound here. Okay, so now as that's going, you want to be sanitary. You got to wash your hands. The rest I use just a little fork, okay? I mean, we're talking really quick. You turn it over. This is what you're going to use to clean the pan. The best part about this, though, is you're eating food that's healthy, it's good for you, easy to make, and it's cheap. And these are going to be down. Now, see, here's the deal, right? So when I'm at work, I got the microwave there, getting heated up. So you don't want to overcook it. And these are looking already done. So now I move you over. I move you over here. One, throw it in. Now these are microwave safe, people. You don't want to have stuff that's not microwave safe. Okay, 2 chickens each. Now this is my favorite part. Okay, so now we use our spinach. Okay, turn this off. You know, it's pre-rinsed, but it's always good to. You want to have a little bit of water. Now, of course, you're going to tie that together with your spices. And ranch. I'm a ranch man. I don't know how the heck this show turned into Rachel Ray. I just had this idea. I wanted to show people how it's not hard. Little sea salt. Gotta have your sea salt, right? Not that water. Come on over here. Now the best part about this is it also cleans the pan. Very simple. And very yummy. I'm turning that off and put you over here. And I just add my spinach. My sauteed, organic, awesome spinach. You know the best part about all this, guys? Want to hear the best part? Want to hear the best part about all this? I'm doing this like 5 minutes before Dan's friend gets here, her friend Joni. So of course she's like, you really want to do this now? You really gonna? And I'm like, honey, you know, this is gonna be so quick. I'm gonna be done in like 5 minutes. It's been 7 minutes. Like literally 5 minutes. I will add the sweet potato later, but this gives you an idea. So I mean, look. So you know you have your little sweet potato here. Nice, right? So look, I have like lunch, and dinner, 4 nights in a row. You know, tastes delicious, and it's good for you. Okay? So look, it's not pizza, right? It's not a hot dog. It's not a burger. It's not a Five Guys. That whole thing, man. What did it take? What did it take? Like 6 minutes? Okay, so that's like one little recipe. Okay, just organic spinach, sliced thin grilled chicken, and sweet potato. Sweet potato is very easy to cook. You could cook them in a microwave. I don't recommend it. Throw them in the oven. You know, they're done. They bake and they taste delicious. Want to add a little butter? Add a little butter. You know, just don't add a lot of butter. Little changes, people. Let me get the PB Fit. Let me show you this stuff. See this? Boom. PB Fit. Now, and I'm not sponsored by them. Might be a good idea, though. Should contact them. I don't know. I don't have any sponsors. You guys are my sponsors, I guess, just by being my friends. PB Fit, though, look at this. Calories. I mean, like 50 calories, 2 tablespoons, as opposed to 2 tablespoons, 190. You add all that up. You start taking these little baby steps, and all of a sudden, you know, that New Year resolution has just turned into the you that you first imagined. Because remember, whatever is within goes without. God's not mocked. Whatever a man sows, he shall also reap. So start sowing the life that you believe and have the happiest and best New Year of all time. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.